I recently received a call from a buyer asking me about underground storage tanks and the kinds of problems that could be involved. So stay tuned and we'll look into this. I'm Kelley Knitz of the Kelley Knitz Team. Thanks for joining me today. Underground storage tanks are not very common anymore, but it's worth knowing about them and searching when you're looking for a home. You want to know if there's an underground storage tank. And here are some of the questions that I've run into. Number one, how does a buyer know if the property has an underground storage tank buried in it or not? Knowledge actually should be disclosed by the seller if there's a tank or not. In a property disclosure form, there's an area where they can disclose that information. And there may be a chance that the seller is unaware of an underground storage tank if they bought without the knowledge themselves. So number two, in what circumstances would you be on the lookout for an underground storage tank? Generally, I'd be extra aware if you're looking to buy an old farmhouse in the country. In the past, farmers had their own gas tanks for their farm equipment right on the property. And I've usually found evidence of an underground storage tank near the barn. So when you look at it near the barn, you look for a little vent pipe that's sticking out, and it's kind of shaped like a little hook, just sticking out right out close to the barn where their farm equipment is stored. So number 2, 3 I covered. Now here's 4. I actually combined 2 and 3, sorry. All right, so number 4, how do you know if the vent pipe was used for an underground storage tank or not? So what you do is you have an inspector investigate. And I've seen inspectors drop like something into the pipe on a string, or drop a penny to see if you can hear it hit the bottom. If you hear it hit the bottom and it's a clank sound, then you know that it's empty. And if it's wet, and if they pull it back up and the string or something, and they pull it back up and it's wet and it has a smell like gas, that's another way that they would know. If the pipe is not curved, I've seen inspectors just, do just about anything they can to figure out if there's something in, drop a rock down or a penny, like I said, to hear if there's anything left in the tank. You listen for the sound of liquid or the echo of a penny dropping to see if the tank is empty. But you want to know if there's something in it or not and what was in it. And number 5, why is this a problem for home buyers and home sellers? Well, for the sellers, it's quite an expense for the property to remove the tank. Even if the tank is empty, the surrounding ground might be contaminated, so most of the time the state fire marshal will have to be present when the tank is removed, and then they'll do a sampling of the dirt around the area and send it to a lab to be tested for contamination. If the ground is contaminated and the soil must be removed in that case, and it's a process that can be very costly, and you could lose the sale of the house. It's a very expensive process, and it had to be retested again to make sure everything is gone. They don't want any contamination there. The lender doesn't want to take their risk for that. They may not even give you a loan. The lender may just refuse to give you a loan unless it's a conventional loan, just because there's an underground storage tank and the ground is contaminated. So as you can see, the most likely place to find tanks is in the country. But it helps to know what you're looking for and to have knowledge and a knowledgeable inspector. And I hope the information helped you. I'd like to thank you for allowing me to share this information with you, and I hope you found it useful and helpful. If you did, please click the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos as we create them, just click the subscribe button, and you'll receive notices when the next video becomes available. Finally, if you have any questions, please call me or leave comments in the comment section below, and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching.